Pets are the most versatile aspect of Hypixel Skyblock. No matter what you're doing, a pet is always there to boost your stats. However, some pets are better than others, and that's what we'll be going over today. Before we get into it, please subscribe, because I'm getting very close to 1,000 subscribers, and unless you, yes you, subscribe, we won't ever get there. With that out of the way, let's get on with the video. Now there are a few pets that are viable for combat, but this is quite a big category, so I'm going to split it up into a few segments. Melee has become less and less viable over the years, but it is still the best setup for Magic Find, making it still relevant. Tiger, Lion, and Enderman are going to be decent early game DPS and one-hit pets, so if you don't have a lot of coins, these are great options. Griffin can be a great option too, giving permanent strength and regen 8 at legendary rarity. It also gives a nice 10 Magic Find. Although a bit more expensive, this pet is a good investment because you'll need to do Diana eventually, and already having this pet could save you some hassle down the road. If you're playing Burrs in Dungeon, or more specifically Floor 7, a Wither Skeleton could also work as it deals really good damage to Wither mobs. There is one pet that is better than the rest though, and that being, you guessed it, the Golden Dragon. While it's expensive on its own and you need 1 billion in the bank, not everyone can afford this. The unfortunate truth though, is that there really isn't any other option. The Golden Dragon has a few mediocre perks. One has strength to gold weapons, which can be good for Midas and Daedalus, but then it gets slightly better. It gives you strength and magic find for each digit in your gold collection, going up to crazy levels. It also gives you 0.5% more strength for every 5 magic find you have, capping out at a flat out 5% more strength. And then the last perk ties it all together. It gives you damage for each digit in your bank. While you do need 1 billion for this, it gives a flat out 250% damage. This is on top of the base strength and magic find you're getting from the pet itself. So yeah, an okay pet. You can bet this isn't the last time it's showing up. Right-click Mage has a bit of a different pet progression. For early game, the go-to pet is a sheep pet. It's cheap, easy to level, and really good. While sheep is really the only option outside dungeons, inside it is a different story. The Wither Skeleton can be used again in the Floor 7 boss fight, but the Black Cat is also really good, as it gives 125 speed and increases the speed cap, making everything in dungeons a little bit faster. Eventually though, you'll want to upgrade to a Golden Dragon, as the damage perk does apply to Mage as well, but I get that it's expensive, so sheep should work until you have a Hyperion. Another viable option is Blue Whale if your EHP is poopy doo-doo pants in dungeons, but I wouldn't really recommend this. If you need a Blue Whale, chances are good you're playing a floor too difficult for you. I think Archer is very similar to Burrs, except you really want to focus on attack speed for DPS. Tiger obviously does very well, and guess what pet you use in Floor 7? Yep. As I'm writing this, I'm realizing how underrated Wither Skeleton is. Apparently, the regular skeleton is also good for Arch, but that's only inside dungeons. So outside, you should definitely use a Tiger or Surprise G-Drag. There honestly aren't really that many things you should do with Arch outside dungeons. All I can think of are Kudra and Magma Boss, but if you can't afford a G-Drag when doing Kudra, you should just stop. There are a few pets you can use for LCM in dungeons. Option 1 is the Golden Dragon, being pretty good for damage. Golden Dragon is another option you could go for if you're looking for some cheaper damage. You might also be able to use a Golden Dragon, but be sure you have money in the bank. Yes, it's all Golden Dragon. LCM requires multiple billions coins of setup, not to mention the nearly maxed or completely maxed kata level. So yeah, unless your purse has 10 or 11 digits and your playtime in dungeons is at least 4, don't even think about LCM. There are only a few good options for farming pets, so we can just get them out of the way really quick. The bee is good for the first 17 seconds of the game. Then move on to elephant or mushroom cow pet. Apparently, if you have 1143 strength or more in your farming setup, cow is better, but that does require a bit of MP, about 1.2k, so the elephant should be okay in the meantime. There are a few good pets for mining. Bee is good for about 18 seconds, but I would recommend a Mithril Golem if you're really new, as it gives about 25 fortune and 200 mining speed on Mithril, which can be good for D-mine scums. Bal is best for mining in the magma fields due to his perk that gives more stats in the magma fields. Skata is best for just general mining, but only if you're using a drill. Glaciite Golem can be best for mineshaft mining, but this is dependent on how many corpses are in the shaft, as it gives pristine for how many corpses you loot. So in conclusion, use Glaciite Golem in mineshafts, Skata for anything outside the magma fields, and Bal for anything inside the magma fields. I believe Monkey Pet is pretty decent for foraging fortune, but Jade Dragon is best as far as I know. But then again, I quit the game since foraging came out, so I don't know exactly what the meta is. So if I missed something, let me know in the comments. There are only a few pets for fishing, but I think they're important enough to go over, so I will. The Ammonite is best for worm fishing in the Crystal Hollows, so you need this pet if you're on Iron Man or just need sea creature chance. The Flying Fish is best for later game when you can get 100% sea creature chance without relying on a pet, so use this for trophy fishing and just later fishing in general. Some pets give you wisdom for certain skills, so if you want to level them up and just get them out of the way, those are the best for it. Wolf is for combat, Silverfish for mining, Ocelot for foraging, Guardian for enchanting, Parrot for alchemy, Rabbit for farming, Squid for fishing, and I think that's all. Leveling pets can be a bit daunting, but there are a few methods to level them efficiently. The most notable and easy method is Glaciite Tunnel Commissions. These give a crazy amount of mining XP, which can level any kind of pet quickly. This is the method I would use to get a G-Drag to level 200. The alternative I would have done for G-Drag is either killing mobs in the Burning Desert on the Crimson Isle, or flares, as these mobs give a lot of combat XP, but I think Glaciite Mineshafts are still superior. Foraging has actually proved to be pretty good for XP as well, so I guess you should use mining to level any other pet than a foraging pet, unless you prefer or need to level a combat pet with combat, if that makes sense. One special perk about pets is they can hold items to farther boost their stats. The objective best item is the Dwarf Turtle Shelmet, which makes you immune to knockback when you have that pet equipped. While this should be the default item, there are a few others that are actually better. If you're looking to level pets, there are skill boosts that you can put in them to boost how much XP they get from that skill. So if mining with a combat pet, put a 40% mining boost on it to level it a little bit faster. The Lucky Clover is an item that grants 7 Magic Find, which could be useful if you don't have a Golden Dragon. The reason you don't use a Lucky Clover on a Golden Dragon is because there is an item called the Minos Relic, which increases the pet stats by 33.3%. Meaning on a Golden Dragon, this gives more than 7 Magic Find, at least if your stats are high enough. Their Crochet Tiger Plushie gives 35 attack speed, which is pretty good for early to mid game. But once you have a G-Drag in turn, you basically already have 100. Antique Remedies increases pet strength by 80%, so if you have a pet that gives a lot of strength, this item could be useful. There are also a few others that are a bit more niche, but I'll still go over them. Textbook increases pet intelligence by 100%, Quick Claw buffs mining, and Green Bandana buffs farming. You can also get Bejeweled Collar or Yellow Bandana for cheaper versions of these. Washed Up Souvenir gives 5% sea creature chance. I think that's pretty much it for pet items. If you noticed anything that I didn't include, put it in the comments and I will respond. If you enjoyed, again, be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.